Shabbat Shalom. Start by singing Nigun together. Yam la 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 la. Ay la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ay la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ay la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are going to begin our Shabbat service, lighting Shabbat candles, and I'd like to invite all those that are under the age of 5 years old, 6 or 7, 8 years old, under the age of 8 years old, to come with their parents. No. To light Shabbos candles. You can find the blessing for Shabbat candles on page 120. להדליק נר של שבת. שבת שלום. שבת שלום. שבת שלום. שבת 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 שלום. שבת שלום. שבת שלום. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for bringing light to our sanctuary. I'm trying and being inspired by this wonderful presence. We start Shabbat thinking about love. We open our Sidurim on page 129 for Dodi Lee. Shoshanim Dorili Misot Ola Min HaMidbar Misot Ola Min HaMidbar Dorili Valilo Haroe Bashoshanim Dorili אני לא הרואה בשושנים דורים. Let's turn our Sidurim to page 130. And we are going to sing the sentence, Lechura nena, L'Adonai, Naria, Letzuri Sheinu, Nekadma, Fanab Betodah. We will welcome this Shabbat with a sense of thanksgiving. And in order to try to connect with the joy that expressing gratitude brings to our life, we'll sing a nice nigun that I will try to teach you. So we'll see how it works. And how we are going to learn it, I will repeat it again and again and again, and we'll see what happens. Lechura l'Adonai, Nahariha letzuri sheinu, nekadma fanav v'todah v'zmirot nahariha lo yara lai rai rai yara lai rai rai yara lai rai 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 yara la la rai 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 yara la 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 yara lai rai rai yara lai rai 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 yara la la lai rai 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 yara lai rai rai yara lai rai rai yara lai rai 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 yara la la lai lai la lai. And now I invite you to close your eyes for a second and to think about something that helps you switch into the Shabbos mood, something that helps you to recognize that this is a wonderful time, a wonderful opportunity to embrace time. Something that you are grateful for and brings tons of joy to your life. It might be the voice of a kid. Let's take a deep breath to welcome Shabbat and to create the space in our lives to welcome Shabbat. La 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 la. Yara lai lai lai, yara lai 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 lai, yara la la lai 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 lai, yara la 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 lai, yara lai lai lai, yara lai 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 lai, yara la 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 lai. Lai lai lai, yara lai lai lai, yara lai lai lai, yara lai 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 lai, yara la la lai 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 lai. We turn our Sidurim to page 134. Zamru l'Adonai.
Zamru l'Adonai mechino, mechino ekol zimro, b'chatzotzot v'kol shofar, hayu lifnei hamelech Adonai.
אחד הרים ירננו
לפני אדוני קריבה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט אבל וצדק ועמים במישרים עירם היום ומלואו תבל ויושביה אוי הנהרות
ימחאו חף יחד הרים ירננו אף יחד הרים ירננו. We welcome Shabbat as a bride. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala. Beloved, come to meet the bride. We sing Lecha Dodi. We're on page 138 and we sing the first, the second, the fifth, the sixth, and the ninth verses of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi
לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת
לקבלה שמור ושחור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מרשמי כהן נאסוחה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה yada lay 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 yada lay 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 yada lay yada lay yada lay yada lay 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה ידה לay ידה lay ידה lay פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי בעורך קומי אורי 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 שירה בהרי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ידה lay ידה lay ידה lay פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ידה lay ידה lay ידה lay פני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תקלמי מה תשתוכחי ומה תהני בך יחסו עניי עמי ונבנתה עיר הגדילה לך דודי לקראת כלה ידה lay ידה lay ידה lay פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה ידה lay ידה lay ידה lay פני שבת נקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בהלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונך סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה יאללה יאללה, בני שבת בקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יאללה יאללה יאללה, בני שבת בקבלה, איי ליי יאללה 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 Ya la 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 la. Good Shabbos, everyone. So now that we have welcomed Shabbat, you might welcome each other. You can say Shabbat Shalom to your neighbor. I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom to my neighbors too. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos everyone, Akram. We come all the way to say Shabbat Shalom. So we are 20 Jews praying together. We can 20, 25 people praying together, so we can say Shabbat Shalom almost to each one of us. So let's do it. So we are on page 141. There is a... So I was telling them what we are going to do. Before I tell you. Well, I announced them that we might do that. So there's a psalm, Psalm 93, that we usually don't sing in Kabbalat Shabbat. It's on page 141. Adonai malach geud lavesh, lavesh Adonai osit adar. Wonderful psalm. And there are many melodies to sing this psalm, but there is a nice melody just for one sentence. Mikolot mayim rabim, adirim mishver yam, adir bamarom Adonai. So it's on page 140. The ocean sounds Adonai, the ocean sounds its thunder, the ocean sounds its pounding above the thunder of the mighty waters, more majestic than the breakers of the sea. In Hebrew sounds way better. But also because this idea of Mikolot Mayim Rabim is written in the Mishnah in Masechet Chaiga, Perek Bet, that when you get to the throne of glory, you will see Mikolot Mayim Rabim. You will see tons of water surrounding you. And the divine presence sometimes is found in the nature, actually. So with this idea of divine presence and nature, I want to teach you this very short sentence. Mikolot mahim ravim. You can repeat after me. Mikolot mahim ravim. Adirim mishbereyam, adirim mishbereyam, mikolot mahim ravim, adirim mishbereyam. Let's try it again. Mikolot mahim ravim, adirim mishbereyam. Adir v'marom Adonai. It's high. Adir v'marom Adonai. That was quite good. Let's try it again. Adir v'marom Adonai. Adir v'marom Adonai. Adir v'marom Adonai. Adir v'marom Adonai, Adir v'marom Adonai, mikolot mayim ravim, adirim mishbereyam, mikolot mayim ravim, adirim mishbereyam. Keep going high. Adir v'marom Adonai, Adir v'marom Adonai, Avir Bamarom Adonai. Last time. Mikolot Mahim Ravim Adirim Mishmereyam. Mikolot Mahim Ravim Adirim Mishmereyam. Adir Bamarom Adonai. Adir Bamarom Adonai. Adir Bamarom Adonai. We turn our Sidurim to page 146. Please rise as we ask together to open the gates of prayer. Yai da dai lai dai dai lai dai dai. Yai da dai lai da lai lai da la lai. Yai da dai dai lai lai. Yai dai dai lai da lai. Yai da dai lai ya da lai lai lai. Yai da dai lai lai lai. Yai da dai lai lai lai. Yai da dai lai ya da lai lai lai. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach. Let's read together on page 148 in English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time, and changes the seasons. We are loved by unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by unending love. And on the bottom of page 150, dear God, never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Israel. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. We're on page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוקך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על משושות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. On page 156. אמת באמונה כל סוד בקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. We continue with the silent reading. מיד מלאכים? When your children witness your presence, they praise your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moshe, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices with joy. Who is like you, O God? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. We are on page 158. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yam dai 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 dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, yam dai 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 dai, dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Show me אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. On page 160, we ask for peace.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. 'Cause when negativity surrounds, I know someday it will all turn around. Because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and the children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ufos aleinu Sukat shlomecha, ותהללו בעצה, תורני לפניך. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and the children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one
This is what we sing to our children when we put them on bed and we promise to them that everything is going to be fine. Baruch atah Adonai, por sukat shalom aleinu, al kol amo Israel, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over your people Israel, and over your city, Yerushalayim. We're on page 162.
שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש. We're on page 164. Please rise for תפילת עמידה. אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי אגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. תגיבו לעולם אדוני וחיים. אתה קדוש בשביל קדוש בשביל. מה זה קדוש בשביל? Muy buenas noches. Soy ¿por qué no se nota? יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני, צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We are on page 180.
עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. הוא יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. At the end of our Tfilat Amidah, we add one more prayer, one more blessing. We bring to our hearts and to this room those that are dealing with illness in their bodies, in their souls, those that are dealing
with addictions. So if you have a name that you'd like to remind in this evening of Shabbat. Together we raise a prayer on page 371, Mishaverach. We wish to all of them refuah shlema, v'achlama meira, a complete and a fast recovery. So, we had a plan for tonight. Our plan was that Linda Trachman was going to encourage you and invite you to join us in the wonderful activity that we are going to do next week. And I'm not saying that because we have a different representative to share about that activity. And unfortunately, Linda can't be here. So we have John Firowitz, who is going to share some words of wisdom. You want me to stay with you?
Linda really was going to her story on how she ended up getting a transplant, and it's when she tells it, it's it's from her heart. It's her story, and for me, I am not good at public speaking, and I get very nervous, and this is way out of my comfort zone. But I will share with you the things that she has told me.
Apparently, you are very good at friendship.
Okay, yeah. First. She and David, when they had gotten married, David had 3 children already, and he had had a vasectomy. And then he met Linda, and she was young and wanted a family. And he tried to have it reversed, and that did not work. So they decided to use a sperm donor. And this was 1985, and they did not do the testing that they do now. And she ended up getting infected sperm that had HIV. And she did not know that. But fortunately, she did not become pregnant. And then a few years went by, and they decided to try again with a different donor. And this was 1989, and this time she did get pregnant. And she thinks like God was looking out for her, because she ended up having a C-section, and she didn't feel so well, so she didn't breastfeed. Both of those things might have caused Gabby, her baby, to get HIV, but Gabby does not have HIV, and she never passed it on to her husband either, and she still didn't know she was sick. And then maybe when Gabby was a year and a half and old, she started not feeling so well, and they still misdiagnosed her. They thought she had hepatitis, and a few more years went by, and then it was affecting her liver, and she started having liver failure, and then they realized she had HIV. And so at that point, no hospital wanted to even consider her as a potential donor. They were sure she was going to have AIDS and die. And they were very into their statistics on successes. So they did not touch, no hospital in California would do it. So she had to go to New York. Mount Sinai said that they would do it with only a live donor, because they weren't gonna give her a liver. She wasn't a candidate for. Well, anyway, her niece offered to give her liver, a piece of her liver, and it was very new to use live donors, and it worked, and this was 18 years ago, which is incredible. And Linda is, the will to live, and her, just her zest for life is very inspirational, and she's trying to give back, so that's why she's worked so hard for this organization, this donor organization. She's on there. She goes weekly to their office to work there. She tries to get people to sign up to be organ donors. And she just thinks that, the whole community is what kept her alive too. That, everyone helped her, they chipped in. So she, encourages everybody to, to come to the walk, to donate. And that's what she would have said a lot more.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. Thank you so much. Thank you for your courage also. And you are a good speaker, actually. So, after these great words, I'm trying to, I will try to rise to the level. This week, Torah portion is Tasria Metzorah. It's the combination of two Torah portions that address two different topics. Tasria, that has to do with the time required for a woman to become ritually pure after delivery. And Metzorah, which has to do with the illness of Tzarat, commonly known today as leprosity. And even when these topics might sound very different, the real topic and common denominator of these two Torah portions is our bodies, our souls, healing and recovering. If you look at the process with Tzarat, with the leprosy. A person that has the mark on his skin, says the Torah, is checked by the priest, the Kohen, and is sent to a week of quarantine. Quarantine or quarantine? Quarantine, actually. Leprosy. Okay. Now we're done. We can go on. After this week, the person comes back, is checked again by the Kohen, and if the signs remain or have developed, he's sent away for another week. He's then again checked by the Kohen, and the process, with longer lapses of time, is repeated until the person recovers. We also learned that the recovery process concludes not just by the healing of the body, but by having an additional ritual performed by the Kohen, pointing out the fact that in Judaism, body and soul are absolutely linked, and there is no full recovery if your soul is not a part of the process. But today I want to explore the quarantine time, the time that people spend waiting to be healed. When we talk about healing, we often hear the sentence, "Let time do its work, be patient." And in many cases, this is true. Time can be a great ally to the recovery process. From that perspective, we encourage people to embrace time with patience and to let their bodies and their souls heal. But time can play a very different role. If, in order to heal, you are waiting for an organ donation, time is not your ally, because you might be running out of time. Thinking about the soul, I think about the difference in the process that Torah describes when your body recovers. The Kohen and the community participate in order to help you to fully recover. In this process, you have a person knowing that the community is waiting to embrace him. And on the other hand, when you have a person waiting for a transplant, that person might know that every 10 minutes, someone is added to the national transplant waiting list. He or she can learn that on average, 20 people died each day while waiting for a transplant. The rabbis teach us that saving one life is like saving the entire world. Organ donation is not just a wonderful and important idea. It is, in fact, a religious obligation. But I want to take this idea to a different place. I want to think with you about the waiting time, the moment in which every 10 minutes, a person, an individual, learns that he is added to a waiting list. That terrible moment in which a person learns that his life depends on the capability of his neighbors to understand that life transcends the sense of ownership over our dead bodies. That moment in which that person realizes that the majority of our society still hasn't signed their organ donation cards. If it wasn't enough that that person is dealing with a terrible illness in his body, on that moment probably his soul is terribly affected. This is because the majority of the community is not there to embrace him. As you said, that Linda said that the presence of the community was an important part in her healing process. This is probably one of the deepest experiences of indifference. And this is why, my friends, next Saturday morning, we are going to pray with our legs. And with a sense of religious obligation, we are going to participate in the Donate Life walk at Cal State Fullerton. Not just because we want to advocate for organ donation, which, as we say, is indeed our religious obligation, but because we want to tell those that are waiting that they are not alone, that we are here, that we care. We might not be able to contribute to the healing of their bodies. Refuat aguf, we pray every Friday. But yes, refuat anefesh. We definitely can stand against the indifference that is threatening their souls, and with our presence, become partners in their healing process. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue our service on page 586 with Aleinu Leshabeach. Aleinu Leshabeach לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, עד קדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You might be seated. Ari. מה? וני עשה לו. הנני מוכן ומסור. Okay, come. Okay. Which page?
507.
And what is this one?
170. Huh?
¿Te sabes la canción?
No.
Yo me la sé, yo la canté.
Okay.
הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, לקיים את מצוות עשה. הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, הנני מוכן ומזומן, לקיים מצוות עשה. הנני מוכן ומזומן לקיים מצוות עשה של ספירת העומר.
So, היום...
Baruch, this one first.
Okay. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קדישנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר.
Amen.
So today is the 21st day of the Omer, which is 3 weeks. So היום של 21.
כף א'.
כף א', יום שהם 3 שבועות לעומר.
יפה מאוד. Yep. So today is the 21st day of the counting of the Omer. That is 3 weeks of the counting of the Omer and 0 days. תודה רבה. Thank you very much. We keep counting. 49 more days. Well, no. 28. 28. All of the Sundays, maths attack me. We conclude our services, interestingly enough, in Jewish prayer, actually by saying Kaddish. Very often after Kaddish, or it's our traditional activity, and in many other synagogues, to sing a nice song, and we go out with a different feeling. But after being uplifted by prayer, we somehow reconnect with this world and those things that we are also missing in this world. But not just that, we also acknowledge that we are not alone, that there are lives that touch our souls, and those souls become a part of our existence. And while we walk out of this synagogue, they walk out with us. If you are during the first 7 days of mourning, Shiva, please rise. If you are during the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, please rise. If you are during the first year of mourning, please rise. If you have a yortzeit this week, please rise. Now you can support our fellows while standing or sitting, joining us with your voices and your hearts for Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Itgadal ve'itgadash shemer rabba. בעלמא דברה חילותי, בהמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושילתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דה המירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יש למר רבה מן שמיה, בחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the memories of your dear ones be a constant presence in your life, and they be for a blessing. You may be seated. So, next week we have Shabbat dinner. No, a couple of things, sorry. Miriam is not here today. She's in another important place. She's helping her son in his recovery process. So we wish to him refuah shlema. So we wish to Eric refuah shlema, and we miss Miriam, and I also miss her notes by saying that. So a couple of things, important things. Next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., Alden Solovin is going to be here. Alden is a writer. He writes about prayer. He has written lately 2 books that became super successful. And we booked him a year ago. So we are lucky. We are lucky because his calendar became impossible, and apparently he's a racing start in the liberal in the Jewish liberal world. His books are very, very popular, and we are lucky to have him at TVT. He is invited as a part of our prayer class and worship, but that session is open to the entire community and is advertised everywhere. So be welcome and join us. I think it's going to be a very interesting session. He's a very interesting human being as well, and his way into prayer is and his journey into prayer is very interesting. and I think you will find it very enlightening. So join us this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Sorry, I don't have her list. Ah, here it is. Here it is. We're perfect. Okay, I do have her list. Good, sorry. So on Friday, we have a Shabbat dinner. We are going to get together for Shabbat services at 6:30, and 7:45, we have Shabbat dinner. So we welcome you. Please join us. And if you don't mind, please RSVP. Please let us know that you are coming. It helps us a lot. Saturday morning, I want to say two things. Saturday and Sunday, we are participating in two different walks. So this weekend, we are walking. This weekend, we are walking. So, what? Like not this week, like next weekend, yes. You're right. On Saturday morning, we are going to walk for organ donation, as we share with you, and we really encourage you to come. And for those that participate in Torah study, you may know that Torah study is going to be at 11 a.m. So even Torah study, understand that this has to do with Torah. And that's why we are going to be there. So they understand it very clearly, and that's why we also have kind of simcha. After the activity, we are all coming back. We'll have Torah study and some lunch together. It's going to be great. It's a great way to celebrate Torah, life, and Jewish life. So please join us. And if you don't even have to register to walk. You can just walk, but I encourage you to register as well. And if you're struggling with the registration, I think it's $27. If you are struggling with the registration, let us know. We'll have sponsors. If you struggle with the $27, let us know. We'll have some sponsors. So, but don't hesitate and join us. Please join us. Sunday at noon, we are walking again, but this time to end hunger. Saturday morning, organ donation. Sunday, to end hunger. Now, I just want to encourage you to walk on Sunday too, because a big chunk, first because we are sponsors of the event, and second, because a big chunk of the money that is raised on that event goes to our sister organization, Pathways of Hope. So we have a huge interest in making sure that this is a very successful activity. Now, the tradition is that we have 12 people walking. So the tradition is when the entire city of Fullerton goes out to advocate for people that are hungry, because we have tons of homeless in our city. And we have tons of people that are hungry. And we have volunteers working in the hub and in Pathways of Hope every week. The tradition is that the Jewish community doesn't show up. We send 10 people, 12 people, or one person. No, last year we were about it. So let's change the tradition. Let's say that Jewish tradition is about worrying for the hungry and caring for those that are in need and caring for those that are ill. So let's, with our presence, show our Torah. So I encourage you to walk twice, to walk with us on Saturday morning and to walk with us on Sunday. With all that said, we are going to move on. We are going to be creative. We are going to sing Adon Olam on page 625 with a different melody. You will know Adon Olam at the end. So please open your Siddur on page 625. Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yetzir Nira להנסו בחפצו כל, עשה מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה לתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשיכו להכבירה, ולרוחית ולתכלית, ולא לעוז והמצרע, והוא אלי וחי גלים, וצור חבלי וצרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, וידו אפקיד רוחי, ואת הישם והעירה, ועם רוחי אדוני, אדוני לי ולא יירא. May we become not just speakers of Torah, but doers of Torah. Adonai os לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. שבת שלום. יאללה יאללה la